Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. So I had a market a couple days ago. It was actually a small pop-up and it was a lot of fun, but I knew going into it that it would be a little bit different. So I need to set the premise. I have been crocheting like a mad woman in these last few weeks. If you guys have been watching my videos, you may have known I've been making close to 30 items every week. And this is all in preparation for the upcoming markets. When the holiday season comes around, I do a lot of them, and it's hard. Once I'm in market season, it's not impossible, but it is hard to continue making inventory during that season. You only have 6 days in between each market, and it is draining physically to put up everything and take down. So yeah, it's a lot, but I definitely try to prepare for my markets long before market season, and that's what I've been doing. So I have a ton of amigurumis, and I had to narrow down what I was gonna take because I could not take everything. First of all, I would not have room on the table, and the reason for that was also this was a bit of a different market. So this one was only supposed to be 2.5 hours and one table. So usually I have like a 10 by 10 foot space, and I put 3 tables out, and even then I usually cannot put all of my plushies out on the table. I usually have plushies under the table, and as things sell I will put them out. So I knew that wasn't really going to happen this time because it was such a short amount of time. It's only 2.5 hours and just one table. Thankfully, I've actually done markets, little pop-ups at this place before, and they know I have a ton of stuff. So they provided me with 2 tables. So I was super thankful for that. I'm going to put in a few clips here, and they're basically me trying to get ready for the market and showing you guys narrowing down the plushies that I'm gonna take. So these 3 are what I'm gonna end up taking tomorrow, and these are big, like pretty tall. All this got left over, and then there's another bag over there. So I think maybe I'm taking about half of everything that I've made, which is actually a lot because my table space is not going to be very big at all. But I don't plan on putting everything out on the table. I usually just like really fill it up and just keep putting things out as the space gets empty. So that's probably what I'll do. So I knew, it's kind of hard because I want to take all the new plushies that I've just made, but also I do have a ton of plushies left over. So I just said, you know what, market season is coming up anyways. It's not really a big deal. I'll take mostly plushies that I already had in those bags because those clear large bags were almost full. And then I started making plushies, and every week would basically be one of those tote bags that was closer to the closet. So like, for example, this was there and that had a bunch of plushies in it. That was basically plushies from 1 week. So I had like 5 maybe tote bags at least. And yeah, I just kind of went through them, decided, okay, you know what, I should probably take this one. I really want to take this one, but I'm not going to yet. I'm gonna wait till next week or next time. So yeah, it was hard, but I finally decided. Then it was time for the market, and oh my goodness, the table looked so packed. And I know people go about this completely different. Personally, I know I'm gonna have a crazy jam-packed looking table because of the way that I crochet and the type of yarn that I have. As you can see, it's a variety of so many different colors. I have a lot of variegated yarn. I have like a lot of different yarn, different, yarn brands and color selections. And I'm not gonna have like a pretty table where like you have like maybe 5 different colors of everything, and it's not super cohesive, but it works. I tell people when they come to my table, I tell them, you know what, take your time. I know it's a bit overwhelming. Just let me know if you have any questions. And people enjoyed my table, and I love their expressions when they get to my table. They're always like, oh my gosh, you have like so many cute things. And it really warms my heart. It makes me feel like, oh my gosh, like people actually want something that I, spent time making. And that's a really amazing feeling. And I'm so blessed that I have that opportunity and that people do like what I make. So I have some clips from the event. If I haven't already put them in, I'll put them in here. But if I already did, then ignore that. There's 30 minutes left, so I'm going to show you what the table looks like. It was a lot of fun. I unfortunately did not record as much as I was meaning to, because part of the reason they put me right across from someone else, and we were inside of a small room that was basically the entrance of the building. You would enter the building. I was on one side, there was another vendor on another side. You would keep walking through this like little hallway, and you would enter the building with more vendors in there. So it was when there was a lot of people, customers in there. Obviously I'm not going to be recording, I'm going to be engaging with them, so that's what I was doing. But then when the time came when you have slow periods where there's not really any customers, and that's probably the time you should take to record a video. Or I like to go around my table and make sure that the plushies are facing the right way and fixing any holes. When someone bought a plushie, I'll kind of keep spreading them out or bring out another plushie and put it in that place. So I'll fix up my table during that time. Well, I thought about recording this time, and it was really awkward because again, it was just me and this other vendor, and that little clip was all I could do for that event, especially when it's an indoor event. You're literally right across from someone. I'm gonna try though. Again, I always say I'm gonna try, and I promise I do, but when I'm doing outdoor markets, I'm gonna make a bigger effort of trying to record clips showing you guys throughout the process. It's just hard because when I get to a market and like I do think about before I get there, I think about, okay, it would be cool to like set up my phone and record like setting up the table, but when I get there I'm like go 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 go, and I forget about recording. So I did do that one clip, so I'm kind of happy because I think that's the only clip that I've ever like talked and shown you guys during a market. Usually I just do like a view of the table, which I did this time as well. So anyways, that was a lot of chatter. Let's get down to what are some of my most popular items for that market. So I'm gonna tell you guys my most popular item were actually dress up candy corn. I think it was a year ago, I made this pattern called dress up candy corns, and I think it's 6 candy corns and they're all in like Halloween costumes. When I made that pattern, I don't think I had any markets to follow up after creating that pattern, or I think I didn't want to sell them and I wanted to keep them actually during that time. And then once Halloween passed, you know, I didn't take them to markets because it was past the season. Well, I decided to take them this time, and I took 5, I think. I think I'm missing one, but they were so popular. I got so many compliments on them, and they sold. All of them sold. I need to make more candy corns, but I don't really have yellow. I have like, this is a thick yarn. This is not worsted weight, but anyways, that's besides the point. I need to go buy some yellow because I need to make some candy corns. They were very popular, very good size, and yeah, a lot of people really love them. So I'm glad, because it's always it means so much when a popular item is your own pattern, and I love what I do. I really love it. My second most popular item was my sea turtles. I think I have one right here. This is one that I recently made, but I made so many sea turtles. Part of the thing is I have so many options because I make them in different colors. The shells, sometimes I do variegated colors, sometimes I do solid colors, and there's a lot of options of sea turtles, and I just kind of pile them all together in one pile, and those were very popular as well. Which turtles in general are very popular, because I used to make my very first pattern was, or I think it was my second pattern, was Hugo the turtle, and it was like this pillow type turtle. And I used to make those for markets as well, and those were very popular. My third most popular item were actually frogs. So I have these little frogs that I make about this big, and I'm gonna put all 3 of these patterns that I'm mentioning in the description box below. So that frog pattern is a free one on Instagram, and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they don't sell at all. In the last 2 markets, because I made a lot of these frogs in time for like 2 markets ago. In the first market that I brought these frogs to, I did not sell any, and I made like a dozen frogs in different colors, and I didn't sell any. The second market that I took these frogs to, I think I maybe sold 2, and then this market I sold quite a few. So you never really know. It's kind of hard. It's a hit and miss sometimes, and yeah, that's why, you know, personally, that's why I like to have a ton of different things, because you never know. Honestly, with that table that I showed you guys with my setup and so many amigurumis, I still had people come up to me and be like, do you have a squirrel? If you have a squirrel, I'll buy it from you right now. It's like, I actually don't have a squirrel, but I have so many other, you know, options to choose from. And I had 2 people, I think, asked me for a squirrel. One other person asked me for a fox. I did not have that either. You know, you're never gonna please everyone. So that's why I just try to have fun making the patterns that I want to make. If someone requests, you know, and wants to place an order, yeah, I'll make it for them. But besides that, you know, I came home and I looked at squirrel patterns just out of curiosity. I didn't really see one that I would like gravitate towards making just for fun. So I think that's something else to keep in mind when crocheting for like, you know, like a side hustle or for business wise. Kind of keep in mind to crochet things that like bring us joy and things that we actually really want to work on, because we're putting so much time and effort and, you know, dedication into making an amigurumi. Even if it takes like an hour, that's an hour. You know, if it only takes you an hour, that's an hour of your time that you're dedicating to making that. Does that make you happy? Like, most amigurumis take over an hour. So yeah, and even though, yes, it's the same, you know, stitches, typically it's like single crochet, decrease, increase, it makes a difference. You know, what the pattern is, to me, it makes a difference, huge difference. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I had a lot of fun at this market, and hopefully I can do more. This is the third time I think I've done this one. They used to do them before COVID and then they stopped for a while, and I think this is I don't remember if they did it last year or if this was the first time coming back. So it's fun though. I really enjoy this market, and it's like a cute little city thing that the city does. So yeah, it was definitely a different type of market with the table set up and the time frame only being 2.5 hours. We actually stayed for 3 hours because there was still a bit of a flow of people, and they were like, if you want, you can stay an extra half an hour. We were already set up, so I was like, yes, I will stay an extra half an hour. But yeah, typically markets are like 5 or 6 hours long, besides the time it takes you to set up and tear down. So yeah, I was a little stressed at the beginning because it was, you know, a different setup, and I haven't done markets in a while, it feels like. And I had so much stuff. Yeah, it's all trial and error, and I had fun, and I think I made a lot of people happy. A lot of people made me happy. So I really enjoy doing markets, and you know, hopefully I never stop, and hopefully I keep crocheting, you know, till the end of my days. I do really love crocheting, and amigurumis just make me so happy. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was a little bit helpful. There were a couple tips in there, but I didn't really have a lot of videos from the market, so I wasn't really sure what to talk about. But I definitely wanted to cover like my best sellers, a couple of tips, and then kind of just briefly tell you guys about the market. So yeah, let me know if you would be interested in videos of future markets, and hopefully I could change up the way I go about these videos if I do take clips at the market. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions on markets and craft fairs. I would be glad to answer. I've been doing them for years, so I'm more than happy to answer any questions, and I might do a video answering questions if there's enough of them. I will see you guys next time. Bye.